All right. Welcome, welcome, whether you're here live or watching the replay. So glad you're here. Thank you. We're going to do some cool stuff, share some prompts, some AI tools, and we'll see how it goes. So let me share my screen. It's not quite the top of the hour, so we'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll jump in. Thanks again for being here. I appreciate it. I know we are all very time crunched, especially here in early September when folks are going back to school and back to work and back to everything. But Gina, what are you up to out there? I get a little suspicious when she's quiet because that can't be good. She's up to something. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the AI Quick Wins workshop. AI that gets stuff done. It did say SHIT, but I decided to make it family friendly. So I'm going to show you a few ways that I'm using AI, that my clients are using AI, and some very, very simple ways to leverage this new crazy technology to actually get stuff done. And I know the problem with AI is it's completely overwhelming, and it gets kind of nuts. So let me this slide here. And I think it's because, for one thing, there's too many tools and it's just overwhelming. And I know because I'm trying desperately to keep up with it all, and it is a full-time job just to sort through all the new tools and new resources and new apps and new websites. And what I'm finding is that there are a lot of tutorials and trainings out there. And some of them are pretty good, but some of them are just kind of like, okay, here's this thing on how to do no-code apps and use MCMs, and they're using all these acronyms. And it's just like, okay, just show me how to use this every day in my work. I also know that a lot of folks are waiting sort of for the perfect time to jump into all this. And maybe they're just feeling like, oh, I'll just wait it out, or I'll see how it goes for the next few months. But I know you're here to get results. By the way, this is all part of my AIQuickWins.net. So I'm sort of sharing bits and pieces of that here. Let me go back to Zoom and let a few more people in here real quick. All right. But again, there is no perfect time. The time is now. I mean, you just got to do the best you can and dive in. So that's why we're here. So the first thing I want to show you, and I'm jumping right into this. I'm not going to give you 20 minutes of who I am or why AI is so important. I think that's self-evident. But I do want to show you a couple of practical applications for AI that I'm using for my clients, and it's making a big difference. The old way of editing video, and I've been editing video for 25 years, I can't believe it, involve hours of cutting, trimming, captioning, repurposing. I used Final Cut Pro for most of my editing career, and Final Cut Pro has a little bit of a steeper learning curve. These days, I'm using Descript, and it is taking minutes, not hours, literally minutes. So I'm going to share a couple of my screens here. I'm going to show you a few things. And I'm going to do this live in real time. I didn't do any of this. I didn't prepare any of this before, but I'm jumping into Descript here, which I believe you can see that screen. And if not, please let me know. I'm going to open the chat just so I can make sure that everything's cool. Yep, so far so good. So this is Descript. And when you come to Descript, you're going to see a screen that looks something like this. So here is my home screen. They give you a couple of options. They say you can create a video with an AI speaker. You can upload footage, audio or video from mobile. You can actually import from Zoom. So for instance, what I'll do when I'm done with this live is I'll import this from Zoom and then clean it up a little bit. You can actually record right into Descript as well. So what I did here, now they've, again, moved things around, but this is the Underlord, which is their AI tool. So now you can go right to the AI tool here, and you'll see you've got a whole bunch of different things here. Once you put your stuff in here, all these will open up. But let me go to this screen here because I want to show you how I started. I just said, started with a prompt. So I went to the AI tools, and it says, hey, let's get started making your explainer video. So in Descript, it gave me the option to say, hey, do you want to make an explainer video? And I said, sure, why not? And I put in the prompt, what are some creative ways to use AI for solopreneurs? And the AI said, would you like to make your own script or record your own voiceover? And I asked it to generate a concise, engaging script with AI narration. That's as far as I got. It says, how do you want this to sound? And I said, sarcastic, snarky. So now I'm going to just click my little AI thingy here. And this is all in real time. You can see in the lower right-hand corner what's going on. It's giving me some AI voices. I'm just going to say, use Vernon. So this is all, again, I have not created any video. I have not narrated anything. All I'm doing is going into Descript and talking to AI and having them build a video from a series of prompts. So now I asked it to create an avatar. Some of this takes a little bit longer, but it's pretty effortless. The AI is asking if I would like an animated avatar to present my video, or should we keep the focus on visuals and narration only? So I asked it to create an avatar and the script. And again, I'm not writing any of this. All I did was put in a few prompts, tell it to create the video, and boom, there is our script. I can go in here and add a speaker. Let's see if it does anything yet. So far, I've just got the script. So it's working on this, and it's creating this script just with AI, nothing else. So I simply plug this in, gave it a few prompts, and we're off and running. Now it's created this avatar. I don't know if it's going to talk or what.
You ambitious little solopreneur, tired of drowning in tasks while your competition seems to have a whole army behind them?
Wow. Okay. So far, so good. Now it's still working behind the scenes. We've got our voice, and we've got a goofy avatar here who doesn't really sound like the voice, but that's okay. I could go up here and change this voice if I click on the speaker, and it's going to give me different speakers here. So if I say I want to use my Guido voice, this is one of the ones that I used myself. I'm going to do that and change it to, now it's also changing the avatar. So all this is happening behind the scenes, and I'm not really doing anything other than waiting for it to spit something out. Now it says processing changes because I changed the voice. At any point, I could import my own stuff in here, but I really want to see what I can do with the AI without doing anything else. Here it is creating scenes. Again, this is all completely AI. I'm not doing anything other than clicking yes or continue. And the AI is telling me, what is it doing? It just shows me, what it's working on. It says determining layout down here. It's generating the AI speech. It's creating different scenes. Each of these little blocks is what they call a scene. Down here, if I make this a little bit bigger, I can see that this is my timeline. So you still have complete control, but the AI inside of Descript is doing all the work. Now, this is not how I do typical videos, but I wanted to experiment here and show you how you can do stuff without creating a single thing. Again, I'm not doing any voice. I'm not recording anything. I'm not importing anything. It's all just doing it behind the scenes here. And it takes a little bit of time, but we'll come back to it and see how it's doing here. So all that's happening behind the scenes inside of Descript. It's doing its layout, doing scenes. Again, I can pop around and see what it's doing. Now, when I've done this before, I've never just used anything kind of out of the box. I've always gone in here and done some editing. But imagine starting with a video that's 90% done. Really, you could use it as is, but I prefer to customize it and fool around with it. So it's been 4 minutes, but now it's created the video. Let's see if the voice is in there yet.
You ambitious little solopreneur, tired of drowning in tasks while your competition seems to have a whole army behind them. Guess what? They probably just figured out how to be lazy smart with AI while you're still doing things.
Love the voice, but it's not that bad. I'll just leave it for now. Again, you can always go up here and change it to one of their AI voices. You can even use your own voice if you so choose. I'm going to come back to Vernon here just for fun, because that way it'll give me the visual. I'm doing a few things. I'm already like shifting a few things around, but it's doing all of this on its own. All I'm doing is basically watching my prompts down here and working with what they call Underlord, which is their AI assistant. And it changes, Descript changes constantly. It's a little bit maddening because I do a lot of Descript courses and they are always updating and tweaking and evolving. Now let's see how the voice sounds.
Hey there,
Oh, that's too loud. Sorry.
you ambitious little solopreneur. Tired of drowning in tasks while your competition seems to have a whole army behind them? Guess what?
So that's the AI voice. Again, each scene here has a different, it did all this by itself. It did the layouts, it did the graphics, it did the voice. So you can see where really without any real effort on your part, you can create a video that's pretty much good to go. Let me play some of this for you so you can see how it looks.
And for those moments when you're feeling particularly evil genius, use AI to analyze your competitors' websites.
It's still working here. It says, would you like to create an animated avatar? It's reading the script. You can have some avatars that will actually speak. You can put yourself in here or an image of you and it will animate it. It says your explainer video is now fully structured and designed. Here's what has been accomplished so far. So AI, the Underlord tells you exactly what it's done here. And now I'm going to say, make my avatar. This is like a placeholder, but it's going to do even more with this. And we're going to move on to the next one in a moment. But I just thought it'd be fun to look at this in real time and see how we're making a video from scratch inside of Descript. If you just joined us, we're doing a live demo of Descript. We are using Descript's Underlord feature, which is down here in the lower right, which is basically their AI. And I just put in a couple of prompts and Descript did the rest. Now, this is going to take a little while to generate, but we're going to come back to it. And in the meantime, I'm going to go on and show you a few other things. Oh, people are still joining. Awesome. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we are demoing Descript.com and showing how to use their Underlord, which is their AI, to create a video from scratch. All I did was put in a couple of prompts and I asked it to create a video on fun ways to use AI. So one simple prompt, and then I went in and Descript did the rest. So it's generating it at 6%. So we're going to come back to this and see how it plays out. In the meantime, I'm going to come back to my slides and we are doing a demo right now. By the way, this presentation was created in gamma.app, which is something that I've been using quite a bit to create presentations and websites. And speaking of that, so think about, if you could do videos with a couple prompts, how much time that would save you. I think it's important to, on certain videos, to be on camera and to be yourself and be your voice and your image. But again, if I'm in a jam, I can literally create these videos with a couple of prompts. It's at 13%, so I'll come back to it in a moment. Okay, so let's move on to doing a demo here. Let's move on to website creation. Now, anybody who's ever created a web page or a lead magnet or a sales page knows that it can be very time consuming. And when I did one of my first websites, which featured my buddy Rocco the Pug prominently, it took honestly about 4 months to create my homepage. This was a couple years ago, granted, but now, and again, you're sort of at the mercy of designers. Could be very expensive. I know folks who still charge $5,000 to do a website. It was a long, slow process with a lot of back and forth. But with AI, you can create a website with a couple prompts. Gamma will build the entire website in just a couple minutes. I created this presentation with Gamma. I've created websites with Gamma. I'm going to show you real quick. I created this website with Gamma, completely with Gamma. I just dumped in a little bit of text. I did change and customize a few of the photos, but this is a complete working website that was created in about 20 minutes with Gamma. And the only reason it took 20 minutes is because I imported my own graphics and tweaked the copy a little bit. So it's truly an amazing, mind-blowing tool. And I'm going to show you a demo of that right now. So let me go to Claude. You can use Claude or ChatGPT. What I'm doing here, this is the email one. Sorry, that's not the right screen. So inside of Claude, this is actually the email prompt, but this would work for websites as well. So let me go to Gamma and show you. Now, the thing is, this is part of the AI Quick Wins course, so I'm not going to show too much of that. But basically, you can take this prompt that I give you and create a website with it. So I'm going to do that now in real time. I'm going to go to Gamma. Again, I have Gamma open on like 8 screens here. This is the Gamma homepage. This is all the website templates. And I'm going to just go to Gamma and say create new. So you can paste in existing text. You can generate it from a prompt, or you can import a file or a URL. The first thing I'm going to do is go to ChatGPT. Oops, I just messed that up a little bit. I didn't mean to do that. So let me go back here. Sorry, this is what happens when you're live sometimes. Go to ChatGPT. And I'm going to plug in that prompt. Now, I'll give you these prompts. Here's the prompt. I am a professional who helps target audience achieve main outcome. So you just have to fill in a few little lines here. So I'll just say, I am an AI consultant who helps, I'll just put women business owners achieve leveraging, oopsie, I will spell, I guess, AI in business. My ideal clients struggle with, I'm just making this up on the fly here, but you'll fill in your own blank things here. I'll just say AI overwhelm. And again, I didn't do this ahead of time because I wanted to show you how to do it in real time. This is the prompt. I'll give you the prompt. And now I'm going to click go. Here's website copy draft that speaks to your ideal clients, women business owners who are curious about AI but feel buried under a pile of tech headaches. Okay, so this is, you can see it generating the copy for the website based on the client, based on the prompt that I gave it. So I'm going to copy this. And now I'm going to go back to Gamma. Copy, Gamma, where are we? Website copy. I have so many tabs open, it's ridiculous. All right, create new, paste in text. This is the text that I got from ChatGPT. And it asked me if I want to generate notes, summarize the text, or preserve the exact text. In this case, I'm going to preserve the exact text. I'm going to go to the prompt editor and bada bing, bada boom, is configuring my prompt. Now I can pick a template here. I'll take this one because it's top. I can pick the photo styles. I'll say 3D. I can add keywords, and it tells me that it's going to make 10 cards. Cards are like slides. So now I'm going to just click generate. And Gamma.app will create my website based on the simple copy that I put in from ChatGPT and a few of the other things that I did. So you can see this now in real time. And please let me know in the chat that you're seeing all this and that everything is hunky-dory, as David Bowie would say. Where's my chat? Okay, there it is. Cool. Excellent. So this is building a website right now in real time, just like that. All the graphics, all the copy, all the background. And obviously you can go back in and tweak this and change it and stuff like that. But this is a website that you can literally use out of the box, just like that. And Gamma has a pretty generous free version if you want to try it. I finally bit the bullet and got the paid version because I was using it and teaching it so often. So this is my website. Now, again, if I have buttons here or calls to action, I'm going to have to, make sure that the buttons actually link to something. But if I click on this or share it, it'll be ready to go. So I can present it, or I can basically just use it as a website on its own. So these are the different sections, what they call slides. I can go in and change the images if I don't like them. But to be able to do that, and what did that take? 4 minutes? I created a website in 4 minutes. Crazy, right? Now, obviously, you can go in and make changes, but that's it. It made this website just like that. If I don't like the theme, or if I think it's too dark, I can just go to theme and find a different style. So I can just click on it and it will immediately change the website to that style, just like that. Now, if I was going to put in call to action buttons, I would have to link it back to my website or whatever, but that's, you get the idea. So that's Gamma, that's website creation. And let's move on to the next thingy. Or should we go back and see how our Descript is doing? Let's do that. Let's go see what happened. It's still generating. It's at 90%, so we'll come back to it. And again, everything I'm doing here is based on a prompt. I'm not writing anything myself. I'm just giving it prompts. And you can use Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever your favorite thingy is. And now it's ready to go. So we'll say continue. And let's see what Descript came up with. All right, here we go.
Hey there, you ambitious little solopreneur. Tired of drowning in tasks while your competition seems to have a whole army behind them? Guess what? They probably just figured out how to be lazy smart with AI while you're still doing things the hard way. Let me enlighten you. First up, stop writing your
So it created the avatar, the voiceover, the voice, the slides. Obviously, I can change or tweak this, but you can see it's all there.
Want to get really sneaky? Use AI to create different versions of yourself. I'm talking
Now,
about
it's not perfect. And again, I can go in here and put myself in here if I want, but you can see that in a few minutes, when did we start? In about 20 minutes, it created this entire script.
for those moments when you're feeling particularly evil genius, use
So there's Descript. There is our video based on a couple of prompts done with Underlord, which is their AI. And all I did was give it a little bit of direction, and it did everything else. I can go in here and change the fonts, the colors. Their avatar's not perfect. I mean, you can see that it's kind of a little pixelated.
let the machines do the heavy lifting while you focus on what really matters, taking all the credit for their work.
So that's a 2-minute and 26-second video created from one prompt. All right, let's go back and do our quick win number 3, emails that actually get opened. Am I in the right place? Yes. Okay. Email is still the number one driver of online sales and, really the lifeblood of many solopreneur businesses. The problem is that low open rates can kill conversions. It's really hard to get your emails open these days. So the AI solution is to generate irresistible subject lines instantly. And by the way, this AIQuickWins.net, this is where all 10 courses are that I've created for this AI Quick Wins bundle. We'll talk about that later. For the moment, we're going to proceed and show you how to use ChatGPT or Claude to generate subject lines. So I'm going to Claude, and I put this in a little bit earlier. Again, I'm going to give you all these prompts so you can plug them in and customize them for yourself. So the prompt is, I'm writing to solopreneurs and small business owners about AI. What are their biggest fears, desires, and daily frustrations related to this topic? What's going through their mind at 8 a.m. when they check email? What would make them immediately interested versus what would make them delete? So I put in this prompt and I got this back. Here's what's really going on in the mind of solopreneurs and small business owners, their biggest fears. Will this replace me? Am I falling behind? Will I waste money I don't have? Is this too complicated? What they really want, time back, to look bigger than they are, simple wins, authentic scale, daily frustrations, what makes them immediately interested. And you can see it's going to give you subject lines here and hooks. What would make them delete? Oh, I say leveraging AI solutions a lot, so I better stop saying that. Anything requiring a consultant or a demo, benefits that sound too good to be true. So it gives me the sweet spot. They want AI that feels like hiring a virtual assistant, something that quietly handles all the stuff they hate doing. And then their magic phrase is, it's like having an employee who never calls in sick, works 24/7, and costs less than your monthly coffee budget. Now I can go a little bit further and add additional prompts. So this is the initial prompt that I gave you. And again, this is all part of the AI Quick Wins bundle course, which goes much, much deeper. I'm just giving you the sort of the tip of the iceberg here. And I can find some other prompts that I want here. And I can just go back to Claude or ChatGPT and say, give me 5 email subject lines. And based on the information that I gave it before, it's remembering this whole conversation here, the fears, desires, frustrations. And here are your 5 email subject lines. How Sarah stopped working weekends. Your 11 p.m. customer emails now answer themselves. I saved 12 hours this week. Here's the $29 kit that did it. Stop writing. Thanks for your email. I'll get back to you soon. So you can use these for your emails just like that. So instead of like banging your head against the wall to try to come up with good hooks, these are based on the target market's fears, desires, frustrations, what makes them interested or what makes them delete. So it's taking all the information that we gave it before. And now I just said, okay, now create some buzzwords. I could even go one step further and say, create an email for number 1 in Claude. Again, you can use ChatGPT or Gemini. It's less important which LLM you use. It's just a matter of, for me, I find that Claude writes better than ChatGPT, and it knows my voice at this point. So this is my email, just like that. Boom, done. I can put in call to actions. I can edit it. But now you can see how with those LLMs like Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini, you can come up with subject lines and emails with just a few prompts. So that's pretty crazy, I think. And we did all this in a half hour, right? You can find the entire course at aiquickwins.net, and I'll show you that real quick. And then I'll answer any questions you may have or come back into a little bit more of a demo. So this, again, this site was created in gamma.app. I used Claude to help me with the copy, right? And then I put the copy into gamma.app, and then Gamma created the website. Now I went in, and this is an AI picture, by the way. I haven't worn a tie in 20 years. But I did do a little bit of customization. Like I did these pictures here, and I would have to go in and again, I put in these buttons, and the buttons just go to my shopping cart. So if I say, get your bundle, that's going to go, that's going to go nowhere. I'm on the wrong page. Sorry about that. So typically you'd go here and then you'd be able to see, okay, these are all the courses that are included in the bundle, in the AI Quick Wins bundle. There's 10 courses, and you can just click on the AI Quick Wins bundle, which is 40% off till Friday. And now it's $297 instead of $497. And so all I had to do was go into my site and connect this button to my shopping cart. I also went in here, obviously, and changed some of the pictures. So you can see how easy that is to customize once you're in there. This is all sort of just like a tip of the iceberg demo of the 10 different courses and bundles that are in the AI Quick Wins course. If I go back here, you can see all of the different courses, create graphics with AI, create webinars with AI, write your book with AI. I'm going to come back on screen for a moment. and show you that I wrote this book, which is how I did the course. I made the course into a book. I wrote this book in 3 days using and a few other tools, which I talk about in the course. And it's really good. I mean, personalized it so it wasn't all just AI, but I cranked that out, got it on Amazon, did the whole damn thing in just a couple of days. I know it's hard to believe, right? But it's true. I have mini courses here on using AI for being on camera, using AI for podcasting, create landing pages. I showed you a little bit of that one. Email marketing, easy video editing, creating apps. I've also created apps using AI, which are pretty cool. On camera confidence. So that just gives you a taste of what's in the AI Quick Wins course, which is 10 courses. I've been selling it and people have been buying it for $197 till Friday. It's just $297 at aiquickwins.net. What do you know about that? So that's that. Let me see if we have any other slides here. So here we saw that we did 3 things today in half an hour. We did AI video editing with Descript, which created this completely done for you video with just a couple prompts.
With AI, while you're still doing things the hard way.
Now, again, I can change the voice or I can make it my own voice. We also looked at AI website creation, and I showed you how I made a website or this website with just a couple of prompts. I used Claude for the copy, and then I plugged it into Gamma and used Gamma to create the actual website. And we looked at some email copy to get more open rates and more sales. And we showed you Claude and how Claude can create not just the subject lines, but the entire email. Now, obviously, I'm going to go in here and tweak this. And what I like to do is I'm in part of an AI consultation certification course right now. And one of the things they talk about a lot is human in the loop, HITL, human in the loop. So AI is great, but you have to have a human in the loop. You have to humanize this. You have to customize it. You have to make it your own. And I would go in there and do that. But I've already got something to start with here. So it's going to take a hell of a lot less time to create my subject lines in my emails because I'm using AI to do that. So we looked at all that. That's just 3 of the 10 quick wins that are available inside Big Bundle. And the whole bundle, like I say, I don't know why this was also generated with Gamma. This website was generated with Gamma. And I've got 10 modules in there. We looked a little bit at the website one. We looked a little bit at the email one. We looked a little bit at the editing one, but there are 7 others here. And till Friday, it's $297 at aiquickwins.net. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. The AI Quick Wins bundle has step-by-step trainings, the exact tools I use, and the prompts, so you can copy and paste real-world examples, so you can get tangible results in minutes, not months. Practical, no fluff, just shortcuts that work. So check it out. Look, I don't know about this. This is an AI-generated image of me, and I think it put on. Am I that big? Does this AI make me look fat? Got the shirt right, and it's interesting because I based this. I gave ChatGPT a picture, and I said create a Pixar-style image of me, and it's Oviedo, and I know exactly where I took this actual picture from Oviedo in Italy, and interestingly, this is the real building that's down at the bottom of the hill, right down to the blue roof. So it did a pretty damn good job, even though I think my nose isn't that big, but it did give me a little extra hair. So again, I'm here to help you cut through the noise and show you how to leverage AI for tangible, practical business results. Well, some folks are going to hit you with all kinds of fancy acronyms and all kinds of crazy techie stuff. I'm trying to focus on practical, actionable strategies that'll give you real world wins. Like if you have to create a web page, now you can do it in a few minutes instead of a few days or weeks. I've been doing this for a while. I've been working on the AI stuff for a couple of years. It's sort of the natural evolution of what I was doing with video. And you can see all these lovely courses at quickwins.net. and get the entire thing till Friday for $297 instead of $497. And then you'll get 10 modules. They're all simple. They're all really practical. There's no techie speak. It's just, how do I make a website? How do I do a podcast? How do I make a video? All that stuff is in the AI Quick Wins, which is at aiquickwins.net. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to unmute. I'm going to come back to our Descript here and see how we're doing with that. As you can see, I use Descript pretty extensively. These are all my projects. I use it to produce podcasts and videos and clips. But what I showed you today was really just a video based on a prompt. AI and Underlord in Descript did the script, the avatar, the text, the whole deal. So let me stop sharing here. And all you have to do is fill in the blanks a little bit. It's pretty easy. Let me go to chat. Here. Questions. I will send you the recording, Sandy. No problem. Thank you, Deborah. So for instance, the email script here, you just put in your target audience, what your topic is, and that's what we used for the emails. I have a few extra ones, write 10 subject lines about my topic using curiosity, personal relevance, and controversy. My audience is blank, make them conversational, not salesy. Here's the website prompt that I used for the web pages. I'm a blank who helps target audience achieve blank. That's it. And the whole kit caboodle is at aiquickwins.net. We just covered a few of them, the emails, the videos, and the websites. But this has been, I kind of hate the word game changer, but I think in this case it's apropos. It's been a complete game changer for me because I've been able to bang out these websites really quickly. And as you can see, I did all of the stuff with these slides that was in Gamma. So that's how I was able to create 10 mini courses in just a couple weeks. So all these courses are all done in Gamma as well. Now I can go in at any point to Gamma. If I exit the presentation and go back to Gamma, I can go in here and change the images. I can say, I don't like this image. I like that image. In fact, I asked it because a lot of these photos were not, I just didn't like them that much. So I said, I want to change. I want to have cartoon style photos. I want diversity. I want men and women. So it went in here and did all these goofy little images. Back in the day, like 10 minutes ago or 10 months ago, I would have to go and search for all these images. I would have to work on all the text. But fortunately for me, Gamma did all that stuff. So you can see these are websites I've created. I've done the course with this. I've used it a lot. Inside of Gamma, you can create websites, presentations, or even social media posts. And they do have a lot of templates, which is kind of cool. So you can go here to their templates and look at those and start with that. So it just makes things that we have to do like sales pages or lead pages so much easier, so much faster. So it's really kind of a brave new world. I think that's pretty much it, unless you guys have any questions. Again,
I
Hi,
had a
Sandy.
quick. Hi. Thanks so much. As usual, you simplify things so well. I was curious because I'm actually working on pictures for my website. And I loved how professional your two pictures looked of you on yours. One in a suit and tie and then the other 3/4. Do you mind if I asked what you used for that? What AI you used for that?
If I can remember.
Because it looks very realistic. Some of them look
I think
a
it
little.
was artflow.net, but let me just double check. No,
Thank you.
it was a while ago, but artflow.ai. So I'm going to share my screen again.
Thank you. And FYI, I don't know if it was too lengthy. You might need to break up the prompts into
Definitely.
pace half and then the other, because sometimes if it's too long, it won't go into the
Yes.
chat.
Yep. So this is artflow.ai, and
Okay.
I gave it a real picture of myself. And then you could see, I mean, I was using the free version for a while, and I eventually went to the paid version. But you can see, I mean, I've got dozens and dozens and dozens of pictures based on one image that I gave it. Some of them are good. Sometimes they give me 6 fingers, so it's not perfect. I don't know what this whole lounging by the pool thing is, but again, I can just tell it what style, which is really cool. And if I go to create new image, it gives me a whole bunch of things to start with. So in other words, one of the ones that you may have seen was this one. So if I click on that, it's going to take that scenario. And this is, again, artflow.ai. Okay. I'm going to click generate, and you'll see really quickly it's going to turn that generic background and put me, and it'll give you 4 choices each time, so I can decide which one I want to use. And in a couple minutes, I should have those pictures. Again, I've got, really dozens and dozens of them, because I have so many credits here. But
Was there a significant difference between the free version or the paid? I just needed like a few for
yeah,
my.
the free version gives you 100 credits a month, and it does video as well, although frankly, I haven't done too much with it.
Right.
So let me go back to the image studio. And so I would say that you can probably get away with the free version if you just need a couple of photos. So here are the photos. Oh, look, I lost 10 points. That's good. Here are the 4 photos that it gave me based on that little scenario that I put in.
Right.
And that's, again, I can just pick, like, it has all these different backgrounds. Some of them are seasonal. If I wanted to make, more of a Pixar kind of thing, I find that one. I mean, some of them are not usable, but some of them that are really more just like, okay, I just need a basic headshot. So like this, same deal. I would just click that and it would give me 4 images to choose from. I haven't done too much with this for a while because I have so damn many pictures that I don't know what to do with them all. But that's how I generated those images with artflow.ai.
Thank you so much.
Problem. All right. If there are no other questions, thank you so much for being here. Again, if you want the whole the whole shoot and match, just go to aiquickwins.net.
And do you update your things? Once we bought it, you always keep it up to date, even if we buy a single one at a time? Because at the moment, I probably just need Descript.
Right.
Maybe Gamma.
Yep. And I have another, and I'll send it out, but I have another thing that has each of the courses individually.
And
that
the
I do,
discounts
and
on them as well at the moment, correct?
there's
For
6
sale.
right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
brilliant.
And then, yeah, I mean, I really have to update them just because the stuff changes so quickly.
Definitely.
Especially Descript. I mean, I just finished this presentation last night, and this morning they made another big change that everything's in a different place. So it is tough to keep up with, but that's why I'm here.
Do
So
you think that Descript is still worth using if you're doing a lot of quick like things like with TikTok? Because TikTok is just monetizing. So, and I want to move over there because I've seen how well my son is doing with it, but they just use CapCut to quickly edit the videos that they've done on the phone. Do you think Descript is worth
it's really, it's really very reasonably priced. And for what I do, like I can take a podcast, and again, this was an audio podcast I'm showing here, and I can just say, you know what, I want to do a TikTok version, so it has to be portrait. And I can go in here where this little square is here and say portrait. And then just immediately, where did it go? And there's the portrait version that I could use on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. And again, I can change the captions and customize it. But the nice thing is with just a couple clicks, I can go in and say, okay, now I've got a version of this that I can use on TikTok. So yeah, I'm still using Descript, numerous times a day. I don't use CapCut that much, so I can't really speak to that. But for me, this is kind of my go-to editing tool.
And can it easily be used on your phone? Because the simplicity is you shoot the video on your phone,
Right.
you thing it on your phone, you edit it and then you just post.
No, that on Descript,
It has to be
has to be online. So, I mean, I would have to go into my phone and go into Descript on the web and work on it that way. I think that's probably where CapCut, I think, is owned by TikTok. So I think that's probably where that
Yeah.
is a better option for that particular one.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Thanks for the prompts.
If anybody wants to follow up, I can show them stuff individually, or if you have a specific video, we can jump on a Zoom and I can show you how to edit that in Descript. For now, I'm going to try to keep this under an hour, so we'll call it a day. I'll send out the recording and let me know if there's anything else I can do to assist you with the brave new world of AI. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.